It's Local Edition. Brad Pomerantz here in the San Gabriel Valley, just outside of the wonderful city of West Covina, California. We're joined by a councilman from that city. His name is Lloyd Johnson. If you haven't been to West Covina, it's quite beautiful.
Yes, it is.
Great malls, nice open space, including some parks.
16 of them.
16, which is a good number for a city your size. Recently, the council passed an ordinance that dealt with quality of life in the parks. What was that?
Well, the quality of parks is we consider smoking in the parks. You know, because we understand everybody has a right to do, but we took a survey, 12% of West Covina smoke. 12% only.
What a change this is from the last 30, 40, 50 years. Yes. Everyone smoked when we were growing up, everyone.
So now you got 88% that don't. So who do we look at? Do we look at the 12% or do we look at the 88%? My situation was the quality of life, I have to look at the 88%.
Yeah.
Those are used up parks.
And so you decided as a council to?
It took a while. It took us 3 times bringing this back, Brad, because the council couldn't get it right. And the way I look at it, from the very beginning, from the first time it was brought to us, the only vote I would give would be 100% ban on smoking.
That says a lot. I mean, that's a very significant statement. I know that it is California, and we have turned against public smoking, not so much against smokers, but public smoking.
Yes.
You know, people have a right to do what they want to do.
That's very true.
But as we speak today, there is no smoking in West Covina's parks. That includes cigarettes.
Yes.
That includes cannabis.
Yes.
But also includes vaping.
Yes.
Which is fascinating because I know people who vape. Other than the sound, I don't necessarily know they're vaping because there's no smell, because it is truly water vapor. What made you decide to even exclude vaping?
Well, anything to do that will harm our children, as far as with tobacco.
Oh, I see. So you're also sending a message. It's not just the discomfort of the tobacco smoke, the cannabis smoke, but
I always remember cannabis is illegal anyway.
Well, no, but not though.
It's illegal to smoke in the park. Just cannabis is the same thing as alcohol now. You're not allowed to drink in the parks.
Oh, is there no? So there's no. I know there's no drinking in public. You can get arrested for drinking in public.
Same thing with marijuana.
Now, is that a state law or
It's a state law?
Well, that's interesting. So we can't be smoking on the streets.
No matter where you go in the state of California, you cannot walk down the street and drink a can of beer.
Or
smoking a marijuana plant.
What about in a bar? Do you know?
No, only place you can smoke cannabis is in your own private home.
I wonder what happens in 2018 because that's when the state passes regulations.
Yeah.
And I would like to talk about 2018
Yes.
because cannabis today is legal.
Yes.
100% legal without any questions asked.
Right.
So the question becomes, what does a city like West Covina do? And I remind our viewers, West Covina is not a small city.
No, it's not.
It is a city of over 100,000 people.
Yes, it is.
It is spread out nicely
Yes.
with some very, like we said, significant malls, residential areas.
Yeah.
It's built up. So in a lot of ways, West Covina can set some precedent for the general San Gabriel Valley. As we speak today, sir, what is West Covina thinking about, A, in terms of brick and mortar sales?
Yes.
Let's start there, and then we'll go to cultivation.
Well, brick and mortar sales, as far as I'm concerned right now, I do not want any dispensaries.
Why?
I think it sets a bad preference right now.
Why?
Because we don't know how it's going to work. You know, some cities want to jump out there and take the lead, but I've heard from a lot of residents, and remember, Brad, that's who I represent. That's why I was elected. And every resident I've talked to so far does not want any dispensaries.
Even medical, because look, medical marijuana, I think most people would agree can offer benefits.
Yes, it can.
The studies do suggest that medical marijuana can offer benefits. And so if a dispensary truly is medical in nature, I'm just playing it out, would it not be to the advantage of your residents that may be suffering to allow them not have to drive to Los Angeles to get their medical marijuana?
As far as medical marijuana dispensaries are, I have not drawn a line in the sand.
Oh, okay. So that's something you would consider.
It's something I would, as of right now, we're not going to do it, but that's
Fair
something
enough. And I appreciate you. I mean, I'm not taking a position, but I appreciate
I've
that.
not
that-
drawn the line in the sand with it.
Now let's talk about commercial dispensaries. That's different. That's
No,
recreational.
That is, I won't agree to that.
That you're unlikely to move on.
100% against that.
Okay, why is that?
Because to me, now that sets the wrong idea out there to our young people that
Although
it's okay.
we have
law.
alcohol
Yeah.
Dispensaries.
Yeah, but that's-
They're called liquor stores.
But that's 21 and older.
But marijuana would be 21 and older.
It would be too, and if they want to get it, they can get it, no matter what. We can't stop it. It's like alcohol. You can't stop the young people getting alcohol.
But could one argue that, look, if they're going to get it anyway, why not allow West Covina to regulate it and receive some of the taxing benefit?
Always remember right now, anything to do with marijuana sales is all cash anyway.
Your point's extremely well taken. Although I was speaking with some members of the Board of Equalization recently, and they showed me pictures. We'll roll them in right now. And those pictures are of a dispensary bringing $200,000 of cash to pay their sales tax. They wanted to pay it.
Yeah, they want to pay. But it's one of those things that's where it's on them to do it the legal wise
Let's
way.
presume that the banking issue can be resolved. Would
If
you
the
look at it?
If the banking issue can be resolved, yes, I would
may
definitely
look
look
at
at it then. But right now, it's not, so I can't go there.
Okay, I mean, you're honorable for being honest.
I am.
Let's talk about cultivation.
Yes.
That's a whole other
That's
ball
a
of
whole-
wax.
yes.
There's two questions there. There's indoor cultivation and outdoor cultivation. I'm not sure that West Covina has ag outside that would allow for outdoor cultivation.
really don't have any
Not
spot
really.
for it.
Indoor.
Right now, I don't have a problem with indoor.
Fascinating. Why is that?
The reason why is you can, to me, indoor commercial cultivation can be really regulated.
Now, would you require that indoor commercial cultivation, if you can require it, I don't know the answer, be only for medical uses, recreation?
I'm not going to go there.
Okay,
If it's commercial, it's commercial.
Right.
Once it goes from there out of sight to wherever it goes to,
right,
that's
because
up to them to dispense
presumably,
it wherever it goes.
right, it doesn't mean it's sold. Obviously, it's not going to be. I don't think it can be sold across state lines, but we got a big state here.
And we only have certain places that can be growing in West Covina anyway.
But
We
if
only
it's-
have a couple of commercial places that are left.
Right? Do you have some? I mean, I'm just trying to think. Do you have some nice
Yeah.
industrial
The only,
sites?
the only place we have left is over like San Bernardino Road and Azusa Canyon Road in that area. We have a few, like where the Tribune was.
Right.
That's
okay.
a commercial building, though. I think
Okay.
that's actually empty.
So
or
what
half
do
of it's empty.
you think? Do you think that could be an eventuality?
Yeah, I don't have a problem with it over there. I live over there, Brad.
Oh, is that so? You know from what you speak.
So I'm just trying to say I'm not going to try to push it in somebody else's neighborhood. This is my neighborhood. This is where I live.
And one could argue, if this happens, this area will be well guarded.
Oh yeah. What happened? You'd have to make sure they have their own security.
Right.
That they supply their own security
Although,
with it.
look, Lloyd or Councilman, I mean, if it's legal, I mean, people don't raid alcohol manufacturing facilities. Do you need to? I don't know. There'd be a criminal element. I may be Pollyanna, and
But
naive,
I still would want them to make sure they
No,
have
of course,
security.
of course.
Because you just never know. There's always going to be that element of criminals that find out how can we do this, how can we break into this, how can we do.
Right.
That's never going to change. That's the way I call it the nature of the beast.
Of course.
Anyone that find out, that's why people rob stores, that's why people rob banks.
Right.
And this could be another way, but if they have their 24, I have a friend of mine, he has a real relation with one of his relatives in LA somewhere. They actually have indoor cultivation.
And it's working, apparently.
$40 million a year he makes.
His name is Lloyd Johnson. He is a councilman in West Covina. We're in the San Gabriel Valley. I'm Brad Pomerantz, local edition.